record to this computer.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. We are doing our very first Coastal Magic Convention recorded Q&A for the 2026 um, convention season, and we are starting with a favorite returning author to our shindig. An author who has been with us multiple times and is always on the request list when I ask for who would you like to see back. So thankfully, Miss Tigris Eden has agreed to rejoin us in Daytona this year. So I think most people who have been coming for a little while kind of know you on the surface. So I thought this might be fun to get to know you a little bit better and see if maybe there might be some surprises in there we hadn't quite got to yet. So how are you doing this fine afternoon, my friend?
I am doing great. It's Friday. We all look forward to those days, right? Well, most of us do. Uh, but other than that, I'm good. And hopefully the house stays quiet.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, but yeah, all good. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited to be able to do these Q&As with the authors, and I'm glad we're getting to start with you. And it's been kind of a quiet day here. I'm in Florida, so we've been getting some rain, but I think so far right now we're good. So hopefully the weather cooperates so we don't have to worry about any outages or whatnot.
We had
Um,
we had storms all this week, actually.
yeah, well, you're in Texas, so you're getting all kinds of ugliness over there.
Mhm.
So I'm glad that you're doing okay with all of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. When we were getting set up, I noticed your shirt, so I wanted to make sure we show that to the readers.
Sure,
What
sure.
what have you got going on there?
It says I'm a romance writer. What's your superpower?
I
Kind of
love
like
that.
it's kind of really like out there, but yeah, yeah.
I think that's fabulous. I think that is 100% fabulous. It
Yeah,
makes me so happy.
I think Adrian did these a while back, and so I ordered actually two of them. So yes, they're in
Nice.
my closet. I keep them.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so to get us started, I'm going to read you our little intro. I probably should have started off with this, but I'm just going to read it to you because this being number one, I don't have it committed to memory yet, which is going to give us an idea of what we're going to expect from our little chat today, and then we'll get right into it. Says this CMC Con Q&A is an amalgamation of my book blog's weekly spotlight features and our amazing Coastal Magic featured authors. This chat should run between 30 and 45 minutes, uncut, and will be shared on all of our social media platforms. So you readers can find it on whichever platform is best and easiest for you.
Okay.
So basically, we're just going to go through all of the different things that I think are fun with authors on our blog. We're just going to put them all together into one chat. So we're going to start with on Monday. I do a Words of Music Monday, so we'll talk a little bit about music. Then we're going to do a 10 thing Tuesday, so I'm going to get a top 10 list from you. And I don't know what the topic of the top 10 list is, so it's going to be fun for me to find out what you've decided to share top 10 list of things. We'll be doing a WWW Wednesday, so something that you have found online recently that you thought was interesting or fun.
Okay.
Then we'll do a Thursday review, which is basically just talking about a book that you've read recently or your favorite book or something you're looking forward to. Friday chat is going to be whatever you'd like to share, anything that is interesting or fun going on in your world right now. And then we'll wrap up with anything that you have coming up as far as works in progress, places you're going to be, online or in person, anything else that you want to share. And then um, we'll finish up with website information and whatnot. So that's what people can expect. I
Minus
am excited to get started. I'm sorry?
minus the bloopers.
Minus the, well, I mean, you know what?
It's organic,
Bloopers
right?
bloopers are fun. Bloopers are
Mm-hmm.
fun. We're gonna roll with it because we're professional like that, Tigress. We got this.
We got this. We
We
got
got this. All right, my dear. So Words and Music Monday. I know that you are a music person, so I am excited to find out what is going on musically in your world. Do you have playlists for new books? Do your characters have theme songs? What is going on musically for you right these days?
So, Dio just dropped his latest full album, so I've been listening to that a lot. I do have playlists for my books. Actually, I just recently went back to Spotify because I actually have them on Apple Music, but I have them on Spotify too because Spotify you can share them, like do
Right.
like the embeds, whereas Apple doesn't allow you to do that. You can share it, but it's like
Yeah.
it give you the same look and feel. And actually,
Gotcha.
I think you can, but I think you have to like be like an affiliate of Apple.
Oh,
Share it only like on your blog, right? Like I think that's the only way. I remember
gotcha.
that like a while back. But I do have a most recent playlist that I just created, which is for my book that actually comes out in July. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
It's a mix of, oh my God, just a little bit of everything. So as you guys know, Sinners came out, right, in the movie
Mhm.
theater, and everybody was
Right.
swooning over this vampire movie. And yes, my book is about vampires. And it does take place in a bar, just not a juke joint and not in the Mississippi Delta in 1950s. And yes, it was inspired by me watching Sinners. So it was funny to me because literally when I walked out of the movie theater, I was just shook. I was like, I'm downloading the soundtrack. I've got to listen to this soundtrack. Excuse me. And so one of the songs that resonated with me, and this is the only song on the soundtrack that appears in the playlist, is Seance by James Blake. And I like the lyric version and I like it without the lyrics as well. So that whole piece
That's cool.
just breathtaking and moving. And like the whole theme, it just does two sides of the same coin. It's like a repeated theme throughout. So as I started like thinking about my next exclusive matchbook, I was like, oh, vampires. And yes, it takes place in a blood bar in Neptune, Texas. And there's basically like a human turned vampire who used to be a detective in New Orleans. And then she ends up meeting a pureblood vampire who's actually a DJ. So that's how it
That's
starts.
fun.
Yeah, that's how it starts. And
That's
literally,
fun.
like, he comes into the bar. It's like this whole thing where he comes into the bar and it's like everybody's like, oh, he's here. And I named the character is based off of, or the voice, I should say the character. His voice is based off of the actual DJ that was very prominent in the 90s and into the 2000s in LA. His name was Theo,
Gotcha.
and it was this Asian DJ, but the voice, you would have never known that this man was Asian because his voice was just the deepest of the deepest. And he always came on late at night. And like we would just sit there and be like, oh, Theo's coming on. Let's listen to Theo.
Mhm.
And we didn't care about the music. We wanted to just hear Theo talk.
That's fantastic.
So that's where that came from. So yeah, Seance is like the top playing in that track. And then I've got a very eclectic soundtrack. So there's
Well,
Scenes, Darkness, Stay Inside, which features Raleigh Ritchie and the Internet, Pink and White, which is Frank Ocean, then 100 Ways by Jackson Wang. Yes, y'all know I'm gonna throw in some K-pop there every once in a while. You know, he's not really K-pop. He's from a K-pop band.
hmm
Nightwalker, which is 10, he's a K-pop band. And then of course Kai, Sinner. And then the last one, there's only 8 tracks in there that I listened to, was Nothing Else by Mac Ayres. So it's a very eclectic soundtrack, but I think if anybody were to listen to it, and they read the book, they'd be like, okay, that makes perfect sense why she's like,
right.
because the
Very
character
cool.
is so black and white, and it's like she's a detective, she's an ex-detective. She doesn't want to be an ex-detective, but because she was turned into a vampire, she doesn't have a choice,
Right.
trying to figure out life. And the main character, the male, I won't give away his name because then it'll be like, oh, then you can kind of tell what's going on. But his whole thing is to basically take her under his wing. But he's from this elite vampire society called the White Magnolias. And so you've got to be the purest of the purest of the purest to even be a part of this group. So
Right.
him taking her under his wing is like taboo. It's like a no-no. And I even threw in some murder mystery in there because she's a detective, so now she's solving
hmm
a crime that she's been framed for. And it was
Right.
really cute. And I smushed it all under 20,000 words. So
Good night.
yeah, so like all of the exclusive matchbooks that I write in this exclusive match world, they're all short. I think the longest book was probably the Exile Concubines match, which is like 20,000, but it's 20,000 or less for me. But it's fun. It's fun writing in the world. It's a fictional town in Neptune, Texas,
Hmm.
and the matchmaker. There's a matchmaking company. That's why it's called exclusive match.
Right.
It's fun. I have fun writing
Very
it.
cool. Well, we'll have to make sure that we can, even if we either post the whole playlist or maybe we'll post
Yeah,
individual tracks so that people can check out those. All of that'll be posted in the comments under the video when we post the video.
absolutely. I will send you the link to the playlist.
Fantastic. Okay. So moving on to Tuesday's 10 Thing Tuesday. Have you got a list of 10 things for us, my dear?
I do. It's probably more than 10, but I wrote a whole bunch down and then we'll stop at 10.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, so anybody,
You can add the extras in on the comments.
yeah, anybody who knows me recently anyway knows that I'm all about my dramas now, right? DeLorean has this amazing group, We Read TV. And it's funny because it really has like, it's like my book reading, and I know we'll talk about what books I'm reading. It's kind of like the books have gone here and the dramas have gone here. But the way that I rectify that is by saying I'm reading the subtitle, so I'm still reading.
Well,
Like
you're not wrong.
that's this is how I see it. Like, and so in that case, I'm guzzling like hundreds of books. But I'd have to say, okay, so it's going to be a mixture of K dramas and C dramas, Chinese dramas. So the K2, obviously, Wook. I'm a big G Chan Wook fan. Big Mouth is another one. W2 Worlds, Bulgasi, that's four, right? Squid
Hmm.
Games, like who doesn't love Squid Games, right? I'm currently watching three Chinese dramas right now that are in my top 10: Dream Within a Dream, In the Name of Blossom, and The Princess Gambit. Those are amazing. Is that six or seven? I don't even know.
I think you're at six.
Six, okay. Then it's Kill Me, Heal Me, which is a classic K drama. Worst of Evil, another G Chan Wook one, really, really good. And then Lost You Forever season one and season two is another C drama. So I literally look at my paper, y'all, even though y'all can't read everything. Like there are, I was like just fasting like everything down that I love. Um, I don't know what it is. I have to be honest. I have not watched a Western show, like fully devoted myself. Like my husband, obviously, that's what he watches. Like he's like a Walking Dead fan. Right now, he's rewatching all of the Shameless seasons. So like I might come in and I might stop and I might watch an episode or two with him. But I don't even speak English anymore when I read. It's all Chinese, Korean, Japanese, and that's it. That's all that's on my TV. That's all that's on my phone. My go-to apps would be Viki, Netflix, Yoku, IQ, and I know I pronounced that wrong. WeTV, and then there's Asian Crush. So Asian Crush is like, dude, has lots of stuff on there. So yes, those are mine.
That yeah, considering my sister is right there with you, all of that is very familiar to me. I don't watch them myself, but I know I don't think she's watched an American English speaking television show in probably 2 years.
Yeah, it just doesn't happen. And for me, like I consider myself a veteran because well, truthfully, I grew up on spaghetti westerns and musicals when I was little. But once I got old enough and I could read, then it was all the kung fu movies. Like when I lived in New York, I was paying that dollar going to the dollar movie and I was watching all of the Shaw Brothers movies. You could not pull me out of the theater to not watch them. And then I remember like a pivotal one for me would probably be House of Flying Daggers, which was kind of
Oh,
westernized. A lot of people
yeah.
saw that, right? House of Flying
Hmm.
Daggers was a really good one for
That
me.
was a stunning movie.
Was just the visuals, right? And the
Hmm.
cinematography.
Yeah.
And it was just so moving. And then it was like it kind of died down, right? Like you didn't see anything else. It was like House of Flying Daggers. What was the other one with Michelle Yeoh?
There was another one.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Right.
That was one that was really like publicized, right? And then it kind of like died down, and then you kind of just didn't hear about it anymore. But all the while, I've been there. I've been with them the whole time. And it was
Mm-hmm.
actually Belinda from Hanging with Bells. She used to have a blog, Hanging with Bells, on Twitter. She was the one that got me back to K dramas.
Gotcha.
And she was like, "You love Korean food, but I never hear you talking." I was like, my babysitter was Korean. Like, and that's a lot of things that other people didn't know. Like when I lived in Germany, my babysitter was Korean. I grew up eating Korean food, but
Mm-hmm.
I loved Chinese dramas. And then when I switched over to K dramas, I was like, oh my God, this is a whole nother world for me. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just
Yeah.
again, I'm there.
Perfect. Okay, so in the comments, basically you're gonna do a whole second interview just in the comments.
Got it.
So we'll post your songs. If you want to send me the list, I can post them, or if you want to post them yourself, you can post your TV listing there.
Like, you
For
see my
anybody
long
who,
list, a long list.
yeah, absolutely, and you can post all of them. Don't worry about 10.
Okay.
So anybody who wants to pick up any of the K dramas or T dramas or C dramas, um, there's
Yeah.
definitely a starter kit
Yes.
apparently
Yes,
that you
there's
can follow.
a lot.
Okay, so moving on to our WWW Wednesday. This is something that you saw online sometime recently that you thought was either funny or interesting or made you think about something or whatever. So
Thank you,
what
Bonnie.
have you seen in our interwebs that caught your attention lately?
Silky Gems candy.
What?
This stuff right here is
Interesting.
magical.
What
Okay.
is it?
So let me first tell you the story behind this. So I saw it on Facebook, right? And it was like to me, it was like an ASMR video. That's another thing that I love. I love mukbangs and ASMR videos. So I'm watching this person bite into this thing, and I have an issue with consistency. I don't like jello. I don't like pudding. I don't like crunchy and soft, right? But when I saw this and it was candy, I was like, ooh. And then I was like, I really probably shouldn't be buying this because I shouldn't be eating candy. There's a whole story behind this candy. So it's made by a Vietnamese lady and it's from her childhood. The design is Japanese, which I find hilarious, and I can't pronounce the word, but it's made out of moss agar. So it's healthy. Healthy candy.
Interesting.
Who knew, right? So
Right.
let me just open this because I saved these. I'm going to do a live on this Saturday. I did one too earlier this week on Facebook when I first got it. They look like gems.
Okay.
Taste amazing. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see that.
It kind of almost looks like soap.
Right. But now I'm going to show you. I'm going to bite this because it's good anyway.
Oh, interesting.
It's so delicious. And I'm sorry that I'm eating, guys. I'm going to stop.
You're fine. You're fine.
And it comes with, they gave me a sample of this pixie dust, the sour candy. This reminds me of that old candy that you would, well, and for me, I find it in 7-Eleven, the little green packs of lemon.
Okay.
You sprinkle this on fruit, this candy, it takes it up. It goes from a 10 to a 50 immediately.
Wow.
By the way, this is going to be a giveaway. So whoever
Nice.
comments, and I'll do a drawing at the end of the week, and I will send you a box of these delicious yummies.
That's gonna be fabulous. I might have to enter that myself.
You don't have to enter. I will send you and DeLorean a box to share. Just send me your address after, and I'll send you. Like, it's so addicting. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking I shouldn't be eating this while I'm talking to you right now, but you can't stop eating it, and it's healthy. And she gives you like the whole, like in the card, she gives you the whole history of how
Oh
she
wow.
how she came up with it. And
So
when you
is our
oh,
go
go
ahead,
ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, are each one of them a different flavor or are they all do they all taste the same?
Different flavor. Right now, I think I'm eating the lychee one. Hold on. Oh, here it is. I was like, where's my little box? No, I just popped the taste. This one's marshmallow. And you would think that that's a weird combination, right? But I
Mm-hmm.
taste it now. It's the marshmallow flavor. I have blue raspberry left and honeydew jam. So,
Interesting.
but if you go to the website, it's Silky Gem.
It's 2 o'clock.
It's silkygem.com. If you go to the website, there's different types of candy. So there's crunchy, there's soft, there's sweet, there's sour, and the inside filling is fruit. Although I don't know, this
Interesting.
one wouldn't be fruit because it's marshmallow flavor. So I don't know
Right.
what one is. But the strawberry one? Oh,
Strawberry's my favorite. Strawberry's my favorite.
amazing, hands down. I'm not gonna keep eating while I'm talking because that's just rude, but it's just hard not to put down. And it's really, really good. And what the other thing that I like about it too is it's not too sweet. And then when you add that little sour kick to it, it sets it off. And by the way, if Silky Gems comes across this video and you guys want me to be an ambassador, I'm down.
We'll tag them. We'll tag them in the post and see
So
if they
good.
catch it. Fantastic. That's really cool.
Yeah,
It's
so
nice
make
when
sure
you
after this you send me your address so I can send you and DeLorean a box. And you guys don't fight over it. It's really yummy. I
we're
promise.
very good about sharing. We're very good about sharing. I I feel like the Silky Gems people will tag them. Well, I feel like they'll be interested in your enthusiasm.
Oh,
And
it is
it's
so. And they have a DIY kit. You apparently can make this stuff yourself. I haven't tried the DIY kit. I literally just got this week on Monday is when this box came. Oh my god! And I've had one every day except I didn't have one yesterday, but like since it came on Monday, I've had one. I've got two left, two more left.
nice. It's nice when you find something like in one of those Facebook ads or a TikTok shop ad or whatever, and it turns out to be as good or better than you thought it was going to be. It's
It's
nice when it works out that way.
so good. It's so good. Trust me. And so I bought the assortment. I haven't figured out if you can buy just strawberry or if you want to try the assortment, but I haven't had a bad one yet.
Very cool.
I haven't had a bad
Very
one.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll link to that in the comments as well.
Yes.
Tag them and see how it goes. Maybe we're looking at the next Silky Gems ambassador.
Boom, right here.
Okay, so next up, Thursday reviews. What have you read recently that you just really loved? Or do you have something on your TBR that you're looking forward to?
I'm actually rereading the Demonica series. It's slow going
Nice.
because it's competing with my K dramas. I love you, Larissa, but yeah, I'm reading TV right now. And then I also just finished Jeff Patterson's The Wielding Warrior. And I don't think he's not a famous author because you can totally tell that this is like South Pub. He's like a martial artist slash Zen Tai Chi kind of Buddhist Zen thing. I've been on this whole spiritual kick now for like the last, I don't know, forever really, but I've really started reading more the last couple of months. So I've read a lot of stuff on Buddhism. And as you can see, I've got my little things here. So it's kind of been resonating with me and it helps with my meditation. And it's really, really good because it just talks about like just giving way.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times it's hard for us, right? And I don't want to turn this into this whole spiritual mumbo jumbo thing. If you're not into it, don't read it. It's a lot of just theories and applying certain things. And for me, it works and
Right.
it's resonating with me in my happy place.
Well,
And then
good.
your normal side of things, I went back to the Demonica series because, as you know, Larissa Ione has another book coming out, although it's not coming out until much later. And I was like, okay, let me just start at the beginning so that when the new book does
Yeah.
drop, I'm right there. I'm ready.
You're right fresh. Yeah. I do the same thing. I do the same thing.
So yes, that is what
Very
I'm
cool.
Yes.
Nice. All right, so we'll tag Larissa in the comments and put those books up too for anybody who may not have read them yet. Larissa is lovely. She's been to Coastal Magic a few times, and hopefully one of these days we'll get her back. Right now she's hiding out in the woods with her dogs.
Yep.
All right. So we're up to Friday chats, which is basically just a time to check in with you and see what's happening in your world. Anything interesting or fun going on in Tigris world lately?
Well, I have the Blood Nexus match, which comes out this month on the 29th. It's
Okay.
the third book in my exclusive match universe. I say universe because I created the universe with author Ty Langston and Jillian Zane, who's also known as Parajunkie, so Rachel. We
Hmm.
created together. It was kind of our brainchild. They still owe stories, by the way. Yes, y'all still owe me some stories. Um, and so I've already written the first three books, and it's literally this fictional town in Neptune, Texas, and the matchmaking service caters to paranormals. They also cater to humans. They cater to everything, which is what's so great about this world. And we'd really like other authors to like want to come and join us and write in this world because it's a matchmaking service. Like you literally
Hmm.
just there's a menu, and there's you make up your own characters. We've pretty much laid out the lay of the land and what there is. There's no limit because you can do so many things. You could
Hmm.
do a romance, you could do contemporary, paranormal, you can do romantic suspense, you can even do dystopian if you want, because it could be an alternate part of the town. There's so
Right.
many things you can do with it. And I've had so much fun writing in that universe. I wish I could just hold it and keep it all mine, but it's not mine. It's the three of us. We came up with it together. And Rachel did an amazing job, just orchestrating like all of the different places. We have three main characters that anybody can use, and it's the matchmaking service. So it's Javier Bast, she's an Egyptian goddess, and then her two sidekicks, and one is a psychiatrist, right? Who needs, you need psychology when it comes
You
to love.
do. You do.
And then
Absolutely.
the other one is kind of like the admin assist type deal. And what's funny is you don't have to see them in the book. You don't even have to mention them. And so that's what I love about it. Right after Blood Nexus match, I'm going to do from the J.K. Riverside, which is my softer side of romance, and it's going to be contemporary. And the main
Gotcha.
character, her name is Pepperfield. And she's like this quirky little girl who fell in love with an artist, but they broke up and they've been broken up for 3 years and he kind of disappeared. And he is Native American and he's an artist. So at the time they were together, she was like his muse. And so, and I put the first chapter in the end of the Blood Nexus match so people can kind of see what's coming next for me in that world.
Cool.
And literally, her car breaks down 1 mile outside of Neptune, Texas. So she walks into the town, has her car towed, doesn't realize that her car is being towed to a ferry garage because she's human. And then they take
Hmm.
her to a ferry bed and breakfast. And so
Oh
they have like,
goodness.
I'm like doing like these whimsical names, like, popping blueberry pancakes, those types of things. And when she goes, like I ended in chapter one with she's sitting in the diner. Javiera notices her, and that's her thing because she's a matchmaker and she knows it. She's a goddess, so she knows it all. She comes in and she's like, "How about you have some coffee here with me?" And she's like, "Oh, well, I'm at the bed and breakfast." She's like, "No, this is where the best coffee is." And right as they sit down, her ex comes in, and it's the guy that she was in love with that left 3 years. And the title of the book is The X Match. So
Nice.
I'm
Nice.
super excited to write that one. It's going to be fun. It's going to be very like comical as well because she's Pepperfield, and it's like she has
Hmm.
a name like Pepperfield. So she's very like
Hmm.
boho-y, bohemian-ish, and he's more
Hmm.
like creative but eccentric, and there's
Right.
why he left, and he's got the more like his family is not really steeped in the paranormal side, but they're steeped in that Native American mysticism, and so his
Right.
are settled in Neptune, and that's why he's there. So it's going to be fun just throwing them together and having them go through things. And I do show like repeat couples that I've matched in the previous three books will come through, and everybody will be like, "Oh, I know who that is. I know who that is."
Yeah.
So it's
Hmm.
fun. I'm excited about that. That's pretty much what I
Yeah.
have coming up. I also accepted, as you know, I'm in the process of doing revisions. What's funny is it's over 100,000 words, which I was not going for that. I don't know how that happened. But the thought came out of my head. Thank you, Coastal Magic people, for asking for this book. And it was like, when is the next book coming? I was like, but I need to
Hmm.
expand. The first book was only like 17,000 words, and it was part of an anthology. And I just kind of left it there with having the intention of writing more, but then as everybody knows, I had some personal stuff come up. Like when my dad passed away, I kind of just, kind of went downward and I have to start
Mhm.
picking back up.
Yeah.
So I'm working on the revisions for Accepted. I'm trying to trim it down, but then my beta reader was like, no, you need all of that. And I was like, well, is there anything I can pull out and maybe add to it? No, it's all relevant. And as I'm doing the revisions, more stuff is coming out. And I'm like, no, stop, stop, stop.
Maybe
But
maybe you can pull out stuff to do a novella, like an intro novella, and then go into the
yeah,
book.
I'm trying to see like the best thing. But it's really what's nice about Accepted is I can actually market this as YA if I wanted to, because
Ah,
it's like it's very, although they're in their 20s, there's no sex going on. There's a romance, there's even a love triangle or quadrangle if you want to call it. um but she's basically in her first year in college. It's at a mythical college, but it's
mm-hmm.
her first year in college, which is Accepted, and it's year one
So,
orientation.
so new adult kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like it's, I don't want to say Harry Potterish because there is magic there too. But if I wanted to compare it to something, I would probably go with not even Harry Potter. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't know if anything will match actually, because
Well,
it's a,
I mean, there's a subgenre of urban fantasy, of fantasy in general, that's dark academia. So it's just it
yeah,
sounds
it's
like
like
that's what you're doing.
it's kind of dark. And then there's multiple pantheons. So even though the college itself is in Egypt, multiple pantheon children do attend. And she just
Nice.
happens to be a mix of Egyptian and West African. And then there's an arranged marriage. There's like all these
Mm-hmm.
things happening. So it's been fun
Nice.
to write, but I got lost in the history of it because, as everybody knows, I love the little pieces of history and just
Yeah.
tearing them down and breaking them up. So I'm trying to pull out what I would probably say would be excess information,
Right.
right, to keep the story flowing. I have it slated to come out the end of August, but I might have to push it back to September because it's taking me a while to get through it. And then
Mm-hmm.
on the flip side of that, the other thing that I have been working on is I'm going through all the Shadow Unit books. I'm trying to get ready for Blood Kiss. And it's hard because that's my dark paranormal side. And I
Right.
haven't really been dark lately. Like my sex
Mm-hmm.
scenes are not like super descriptive in your face. You're not hearing that C word that ends with a K. You're not hearing all that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm trying to get back into that. And then, at the psychological side of that, I've got Adam in my ear saying, well, I'm the playboy. And, maybe you make everybody think that I was really this dirty, raunchy guy. And maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm this sweet roses and chocolates
Yeah.
guy. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the readers who are used to seeing that and shouting and be like, wait a second, Adam, really? This is
Yeah.
really who you are? And they'll be like, no, that's not true. So I'm playing around with that. I'm trying to make sure that I'm tying up loose ends because literally after Adam's book, there's only two more books to go. But with that being said, there are spinoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody read In Ferris, which was the last novella that I did in the Shadow Unit, they'll know, yes, you'll see characters from another series of mine. You'll know
Mm-hmm.
exactly what's going on. And then what's
Yep.
nice is because I have exclusive match and I've got Neptune, Texas, which is next to New Orleans. And as you know, the Shadow Unit, they house New Orleans and Texas. You're going to see some people pop up there, which I'm
Yeah.
fun with that. Um, and yeah, my ADHD brain has a lot going on because it's like, how do you just tie it all together in a nice bow? And I'm like, I can't tie all the series together in a Tigris.
No.
But at
It's
least,
okay to have some separation. It's okay to do
yeah,
that.
yeah. But at least I was like, at least I know, like with and I'll just say it because you'll figure it out anyway. So my Arctic Wolves series and my Shadow Unit series, there's a crossover there that happens in Ferris when they're in the underworld and they're trying to retrieve Royce's body, and they go to who? Anubis, and they see someone there, and they're like, oh, that makes sense now. And so because
Mm-hmm.
I've got Javier Bass in Neptune, Texas, I was like, I might as well just use that
Yeah.
little town for some of my
Yeah.
side characters in my Shadow Unit series to create matches. So
Yeah. That's cool.
We'll see how it all goes. And then of course, I do have, what is it? It is my first official, I don't know if you want to call it romantasy, but it's more like, for me, it's more wuxia. Like it's more wuxia, more Chinese, mythical, but because it's a fantasy, I guess that's probably why. Your sister and Cericia have seen the covers for these, and they're like, "Oh my god, that is so amazing!" And I am super excited to write it. And this is probably going to be the first book that I can actually say that I really sat down and thought about it as far as plotting goes, as far as like how
Gotcha.
thing is going to progress. Whether I
Right.
do that, I hope so, because I feel like if I don't, I'm going to screw it up because it's historical. And if
Right.
anybody remembers from my panels, we're like, what's the one thing you wish you could write? Well, for me, it was brownies and historical romance. So,
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, I have The Wolf General, which a lot of people will see, and that's slated for the end of 2026. But then the one that I'm really excited about, I'm actually going to try to pitch that out with my agent Stephanie at SBR, is the Traveling Doctor series, which is about a nine-tailed fox trying to look for redemption for killing his first love.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in ancient China, so he's literally a traveling doctor going around
Yeah.
town saving people. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be so much fun. So yeah,
It is gonna be fun. It is gonna be fun.
it's gonna be fun.
Okay, so you're writing all of the things. What do you do when you're not writing?
I'm a grandma, y'all.
I know.
I'm a
Our
grandma.
JoJo.
I have my epoxy art, which is another thing that I love to do. Actually, I have one of my little feather little incense holder things here that I
Oh,
made.
that's pretty.
Yes, I love this. It works out really well. I just cleaned this one off because it was like all filled with incense ash. So I was like, let me clean that off so I can have that ready for the next time to go. So that's pretty much what I do. I am a grandma. I do some art on the side. I watch a lot of K dramas, y'all. A lot of drama. And I'm a foodie. I found that out recently within the last 2 years. I love food and I love trying new food. And I love, I don't know, I have this obsession with bread right now, but homemade bread.
Ah.
I made some,
Homemade bread that you make or homemade bread that okay.
yes,
Okay.
banana walnut is my favorite right now. I
Okay.
can't get enough of it. I'm trying to learn sourdough, but I've already failed several times. I heard it's not the easiest to make, but
Hmm.
I'm getting there.
Yeah. So
I
maybe if somebody has a good sourdough recipe, they can
Yeah,
share
someone
it.
has a good sourdough recipe with like step by step instructions. Talk to me like I'm five, y'all, when you're telling me how to make this bread. I've tried, I've tried Alexa, I've tried freaking Chat GPT, I've tried Google Gemini AI. Like none of the recipes have worked, not one. And
Well,
I
I feel like somebody out there in our readership will be able to help you with that. And you'll have to put your walnut banana bread recipe out for
I
people to be
will,
able to
I
make it.
will, I will. It's very delicious. I like lots of
Very
sugar.
cool.
I substitute the sugar for the honey. Like I don't use sugar, it's honey.
Oh, there you go. That's
Yeah.
cool. That's a nice alternative.
Yes, that's where the foodie part comes in. Like my food journey started with me trying to eat healthier. And you know,
Right.
when you try to eat healthier, you have to, there's new stuff that's introduced to you because you can't do the old stuff from before.
Right.
I'm a southerner by nature. So, it's grits, cornbread, ham hocks, greens, fried chicken. Can't do that no more. I gotta get creative.
I was gonna say you find creative alternatives that work. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Well, I, it always amazes me how fast these things go. By the time we get to the end of the chat, and you're like, "That's it. That's all of the pieces to this
That's all
puzzle.
the pieces. That's it.
That's all the pieces." So, if someone who's not familiar with you, where would someone go to find out more about your books and you and see what you've got going on as far as like appearances or online events or whatnot?
Okay, so I'm appearing at Coastal Magic, y'all, obviously. And you can go to my website, www.tigriseden.com. You'll notice that you'll get three options to choose from. You can choose the Tigris Eden page, you can choose the JK Rivers page, and now we've got the exclusive match page, which is really nice if you want to go there. I'm on Facebook. I'm not on there all the time, even though you may see lots of posts. It's not me, that's co-schedule posting for me. I try to respond to comments as much as possible. Um, and yeah, I'm on Facebook mostly. I do have a TikTok account at Tigris Eden. I do have an Instagram also at Tigris Eden, and then my Facebook is Tigris Eden Author. So if you do at Tigris Eden Author, you'll find my Facebook page. I have two pen names, which is a little hard. So if you want to go over to the softer side of me, that's JK Rivers. Facebook is Jewel Rivers. And I'm on Instagram only, I think, with the JK. It's hard doing multiple pen names. Oh my goodness,
Mhm.
it's so hard. One day I'm going to have to figure that all out.
Well, I
Yeah,
think you're doing admirably with it.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
will be joining next year. I'm doing three conferences next year. So Coastal Magic, and
Hmm.
then I'm doing two more in New Orleans. And I know AC's authors event is one of them. And then I'm
The
also
One
doing
Love reunion.
the One Love reunion. And then oh my God, it escapes me. Don't kill me, Jillian. I promise you, I don't remember everything because I'm not that smart sometimes. It's not.
Well, you are that smart. You just have a lot of things in your big
There's a
old
lot.
noggin.
The ADHD that just
You have a large brain full of beautiful ideas, and there's just not enough space for
yeah.
all of the things.
But I do have it on the website, other places that I will be next year. I am trying to get out more, but I mean, if anything, you'll always see me at Coastal Magic. As long as I'm invited back, I will always show up. So
And we love having you and your little helper.
yes, and my little helper. Although I don't know if he's going to come with me this coming year. Um, he may not come. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how it goes. Oh, the other thing I want to bring up is as long as you comment and you can, even if you just say, hey, I want a box of Silky Gems, I will give away to one lucky person of Silky Gems, and it'll be the assortment candy that I have here because this is the only one right now that I can vouch for. I haven't tried the others yet. Um, and then I'll pick a winner 5 days after it airs, and then I'll reach out to you, and then I'll send you a box of this
That
delicious.
is fabulous.
Yes.
That is fabulous. People are gonna love that.
Oh, it's so delicious, y'all. Trust me.
You're gonna convert everybody. Maybe we'll have Silky Gems as a vendor at Coastal Magic.
Yes, have it as a vendor. And you know, I wish I could say I had like a discount code or something, but I don't because I'm not an ambassador. Maybe they'll see this and they'll be like, make that girl an ambassador. And then I can be like, here's the discount code for Silky Gems. It's so delicious, y'all. So delicious.
Well, thank you for sharing that yummy goodness and for spending a little bit of time chatting and talking about all things about you that are wonderful and special and that we love. And and that does it for our first Q&A of
I was first, like
the
I was like the first.
you were like
Oh,
literally the first, the very first one.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
No
I'm
problem. I
hope this
love
is a
chatting
good
with
thing.
you.
Yes, I hope this is a good thing. You guys, and this was a really good idea. This is fun. I love this. This is so much fun.
I'm very glad. I'm glad you had a good time. So, so for readers, we have, I think I probably have 8 to 10 more of these planned
Uh-huh.
that will be spanning out through the months between now and Coastal Magic. So keep your eyes peeled for more of these Q&As with featured authors to pop up. Some of
Yeah.
them are going to be authors that you may have met at previous Coastal Magics, and this is just a new way to get to know some more about them. Some of them are going to be with brand new to us authors, so it might be your first introduction to someone. So just keep your eyes out. I don't have a posting schedule for these yet, but they will pop up from time to time. You'll get a little bit of warning, so you'll get to to mark when they will be coming up. And yeah, so that's that. That's our first one. It's a wrap, my
It's
friend.
All
All
right.
right. So
Thank
thank
you.
you for everyone who is watching. And thank you to Tigris for chatting for a little bit. And if you are not familiar with Coastal Magic, you can find out some more information about our weekend long convention by the beach in Daytona at our website. It's coastalmagicconvention.com. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me via social media on Instagram or Facebook, or you can email me at coastalmagicconvention@gmail.com. We have a Facebook group that you can join. It's a public group, so you can check out what people are talking about as far as coastal magic. And we also have a reading challenge group for anyone who would like to try to read something by each one of our featured authors before February gets here and get to know them a little bit better through their books. So we have lots of ways to interact in addition to these chats. So hopefully we will see all of you in February.
Yeah.
We will be putting links to things that we talked about in the comments and would love to hear your thoughts as well. So thank you very much, and we will see you next time. Have a good rest of your day, my friend.